There are moments in life where you feel like everything is falling apart. You had a vision, a plan, a dream, and now it's just slipping away. You worked hard, you made the effort, you prayed, yet things are not turning out the way you imagined. Maybe you applied for the job and you got rejected. Maybe you were ready to marry someone and it just ended suddenly. Maybe you started something with so much excitement and now it feels like it's going nowhere. And in those moments, a question starts whispering in your heart: why? Why would Allah let this happen? But here's the truth. Sometimes Allah changes your plans because your plans were too small for the greatness He's written for you. Sometimes Allah removes people, opportunities, and paths from your life because they were going to harm you in ways you couldn't see. We see only one page of the story, Allah sees the whole book. You might think, but it was perfect. This is what I wanted. But what you wanted may have been a prison, not a blessing. What you thought was a shortcut to happiness could have been a long road to heartbreak. You see, when a door closes in your life, it's not always rejection, sometimes it's redirection. Allah doesn't just take away, He replaces, and His replacements are always better than what we could have chosen for ourselves. But the test is this: will you trust Him in the gap between the loss and the replacement? Will you keep your heart soft, or will you let it harden with doubt? Many people get stuck in that gap. They replay the loss over and over. They drown in if only and what ifs, and only without realizing they close themselves off from the next blessing Allah is trying to send them. The truth is, every delay and every disappointment, it's a part of the design, far greater than you can understand right now. Maybe Allah is protecting you. Maybe He's teaching you patience. Maybe He's preparing you for something you would have wasted if He gave it to you too early. If you've been making a dua and it hasn't been answered yet, remember that silence from Allah is not neglect. Sometimes the delay is the answer because Allah knows you're not ready to receive what you've asked for. Or maybe He wants to give you something completely different, something you didn't even know to ask for. So when life doesn't go according to your plan, pause. Don't let frustration push you away from Allah. Let it pull you towards Him. Say, Ya Allah, I don't understand this right now, but I trust that you see what I can't see. And here's something powerful to remember: what is written for you will come to you, even if the whole world tries to stop it. And what is not written for you will never reach you, even if the whole world tries to bring it to you. So stop fighting the plan of the one who loves you the most. Stop resisting the story written by the one who knows you better than you know yourself. One day, you will look back at this very moment, the disappointment, the confusion, the heartbreak, and you will say, now I understand why that had to happen. Now I see the wisdom. But until that day comes, keep walking, keep trusting, keep your heart connected to Allah. Because when life doesn't go the way you planned, it's because Allah is planning something way better. And here's the thing: sometimes that better doesn't come wrapped in gold and roses. Sometimes the better comes as a challenge that shapes you into someone stronger. Sometimes the better is a lesson that humbles your heart and teaches you how to stand again after falling. We often think the good in life is what makes us comfortable, but real growth rarely happens in comfort. It happens in those moments where you're stretched beyond what you thought you could handle and you discover that Allah was holding you up the entire time. Think about this. How many times in your past have you wanted something so badly, and when you didn't get it, you were heartbroken, and yet months or years later, you found yourself saying, Alhamdulillah, I didn't get it, and it would have been the worst thing for me. That's the wisdom of Allah at work. He saves you from things you don't even realize you need saving from. But here's the challenge: you need to train your heart to see His mercy while you're in the middle of the storm, not just after it's over. It's easy to be grateful when the blessing arrives, but it's harder to be grateful when all you can see is loss and confusion. And that's where trust comes in. Trusting Allah doesn't mean you won't feel hurt, it doesn't mean you won't cry. It means you believe that even in the middle of your tears, Allah is guiding you somewhere good. So today, if life isn't going the way you planned, take a deep breath, Step back from the noise in your head. Remind yourself that Allah is in control, always has been, and always will be. Your job is to keep walking, to keep your heart connected to Him, and to trust that His timing is never late. Because when you leave your affairs in Allah's hands, you will find that even the closed doors, even the unanswered du'as, and even the detours were all leading you exactly where you were meant to be.